Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: Southwestern offers free GED and adult basic education classes winter term 2024. Are Christmas beetles disappearing? We need your help to find out. As 2023 holidays dawn, face masks have settled in as an occasional feature of the American landscape. Time to open its doors wider, or will China fall into a middle technology trap? Chileans to vote on conservative constitution draft a year after rejecting leftist charter. Southwestern offers free GED and adult basic education classes winter term 2024. Yahoo! Are Christmas beetles disappearing? We need your help to find out. ABC. There is concern in Eastern Australia that Christmas beetles, which have traditionally been a common sight during the summer holidays, are no longer arriving in high numbers. In response, a community science project has been launched, asking the public to submit sightings of Christmas beetles to an online database. The project has been successful so far, with over 6,000 sightings submitted, including rare species that have not been seen for decades. The data collected will be used to determine which Christmas beetle species are at risk of decline or extinction. As 2023 holidays dawn, face masks have settled in as an occasional feature of the American landscape. Associated Press. As 2023 draws to an end, with promises of holiday parties and crowds and lots of inadvertent exchanges of shared air, mask wearing is much more often on around the country even as COVID's long tail lingers. The days of anything approaching a widespread mask mandate would be like the ghost of Christmas past, a glimpse into what was. Look at it a different way, though. These days, mask wearing has become just another thing that simply happens in America. In a country where the mention of a mask prior to the pandemic usually meant Halloween or a costume party, it's a new way of being that hasn't gone away even if most people aren't doing it regularly. Time to open its doors wider, or will China fall into a middle technology trap? South China Morning Post. China's leading science academy has warned the country of a possible middle technology trap that could hamper its economic growth and innovation. The Chinese Academy of Sciences released a report in December that stated that China's manufacturing sector was still at the lower end of the global value chain and that its technological strength was third-tier globally. China's top leaders have now pledged to break technological containment and improve the resiliency and security of key manufacturing chains to prevent it from falling into the trap. Prominent political scientist Xing Yongnian has called for China to open its doors to attract international talent and to encourage scientific and technological innovation. Chileans to vote on conservative constitution draft a year after rejecting leftist charter. The Toronto Star. Chileans are voting on whether to approve a new constitution to replace the country's dictatorship-era charter. The proposed constitution, largely written by conservative councillors, is more conservative than the current one. It would deepen free market principles, reduce state intervention, and potentially limit some women's rights. If the new charter is rejected, the current constitution, which was amended over the years, will remain in effect. The proposed document has sparked controversy due to articles on abortion, prisoners' rights, taxation, and immigration. The process to write a new constitution began after 2019 protests against inequality in the country. Josiah Jordan-James' career game leads Tennessee basketball to win versus NC State. Yahoo! Josiah Jordan-James scored 23 points, including a crucial three-pointer late on, as the Tennessee basketball team sealed a 79-70 victory against North Carolina State. The 10th-ranked Volunteers were also boosted by Zakai Ziegler's 20 points and 8 assists. Penn State's James Franklin is weary of current college football model, opinion. Yahoo! Penn State head coach James Franklin has expressed concern about the current college football model. Franklin, who has recently been dealing with a roster shakeup, recruiting, and learning which draft-eligible players are declaring for the NFL draft, expressed his belief that the current transfer portal, nil money, and the lack of rules enforcement from the NCAA is making it difficult for coaches to manage their players. Franklin stated that if a new model is not established, the future of the sport looks bleak. The 2023 WAS Honor Roll, students with the highest adders revealed. The Sydney Morning Herald. A total of 17 students in Western Australia received a perfect ATAR score of 99.95. The students were ecstatic upon learning their results and shared their excitement with family and friends. The students offered advice to future graduates, encouraging them to take breaks, spend time doing things they love, and focus on achieving personal bests rather than numbers. Did the recent seasons of The Crown feel a bit off to you? It might have something to do with your age. ABC. The final season of The Crown has left some viewers feeling disappointed. Pop culture experts and a psychologist suggest several reasons for this. The show may have felt too soon, as the events depicted took place within the lifetime of many viewers. It may have felt too commercial, as the series continued beyond its natural conclusion. It may have felt pro-royal, as it did not provide the critical analysis some viewers expected. It may have had a more personal impact, as viewers now have a greater understanding of the royal family and the importance of mental health. And it may have focused too much on personal relationships rather than political drama. The show's depiction of Diana's death and other historical events may also have been too traumatic for some viewers. Additionally, the show's portrayal of the tabloid media may have felt uncomfortable in light of recent revelations about the impact of tabloid reporting on celebrities' mental health. Overall, viewers may have felt that the show did not meet their expectations or live up to its earlier seasons. ESPN says this is the biggest challenge facing Michigan football in the Rose Bowl. Yahoo! Michigan football is ranked number 1 in the country for the first time in the college football playoff era, but the team is not being discussed as much as the top team in the nation. The Wolverines have made it to the playoff 2 straight years and have been bounced both times. In the Rose Bowl, they will face an Alabama team that is coming in underrated and angry. ESPN's Bill Connolly believes Alabama will be particularly strong and motivated, making for a tough game for Michigan. However, if the Wolverines play well, they could advance to the next round of the playoffs. Creighton's Kalkbrenner returns after missing most of first half against Alabama with ankle injury. Associated Press. Creighton center Ryan Kalkbrenner returned to the game against Alabama in the second half after injuring his right ankle. Kalkbrenner, who is the team's second leading scorer and a top rim protector, turned his ankle while running back on defense early in the game. He went to the locker room for the rest of the half but was able to return to the court after doing some jogging and stretching drills. In Kalkbrenner's absence, Frederick King, Isaac Trott, and Jason Green filled in at center. Caitlin Clark's 38 points leads number 4 Iowa over Cleveland State 104-75. Associated Press. Caitlin Clark scored 38 points and reached number 9 on the all-time scoring list as number 4 Iowa beat Cleveland State 104-75 on Saturday in the nightcap of a men's-women's doubleheader at Wells Fargo Arena. Bergen comes up big as Montana beats North Dakota State 31-29 in 2 OTs to make FCS championship game. Associated Press. Junior Bergen returned a fourth-quarter punt for a touchdown, caught a touchdown pass in the first overtime and threw for a 2-point conversion on a trick play in the second overtime to put Montana in the FCS championship game with a wild 31-29 semifinal win over North Dakota State on Saturday. Watch as Rob Gronkowski sings the national anthem at the start of the LA Bowl. Yahoo! Rob Gronkowski, former NFL All-Pro tight end, hosted the LA Bowl and sung the national anthem at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Gronkowski previously guest-hosted New Year's Eve in Times Square and signed a multi-year deal to host the game. Fans took to Twitter to share their surprise at the singing performance. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite observer from the 6 dimensions here, the 6th Doctor. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying the holiday season. As we approach the end of the year, let's take a moment to recap some of the interesting news stories that have caught my eye. First up, Southwestern Oregon Community College is offering free GED and adult basic education classes for the winter term. It's a fantastic opportunity for individuals to update their skills and prepare for further education or career training. So, if you've been putting off getting your GED, now's the time to take advantage of this opportunity. In other news, there are concerns in Eastern Australia about the declining numbers of Christmas beetles, which have been a traditional sight during the summer holidays. A community science project has been launched to track sightings of these beetles and determine which species are at risk. So, if you spot any Christmas beetles, be sure to report your sightings and help save these festive critters. Speaking of traditions, it seems that face masks have become a regular feature of the American landscape, even as we approach the end of 2023. While mask wearing has become a new way of life, it's also a reminder of the challenges we continue to face. So, let's keep those masks handy and stay safe, my friends. Over in China, there are concerns about a possible middle technology trap that could hinder the country's economic growth and innovation. The Chinese Academy of Sciences has called for measures to prevent China from falling into this trap and improve its technological strength. Maybe it's time for China to open its doors wider and attract international talent to boost innovation. Meanwhile, Chileans are voting on a new constitution, which could potentially reduce state intervention and limit some women's rights. It's a significant decision that will shape the country's future, and it has sparked controversy among different groups. Whatever the outcome, it's a reminder of the power of democracy and the importance of active participation. In the world of sports, we've seen some thrilling games, like the Tennessee basketball team's victory against North Carolina State, led by Josiah Jordan-James' career game. And Penn State's head coach, James Franklin, has expressed concern about the current college football model, highlighting the challenges faced by coaches in managing players. It's clear that change is needed in the world of sports if we want to ensure a bright future for the sport. Switching gears, we have some academic achievements to celebrate. 17 students in Western Australia received a perfect ATAR score of 99.95. Congratulations to these bright minds who have worked hard and achieved exceptional results. Remember, it's not just about the numbers, but also about personal growth and pursuing what you love. Now, let's talk about entertainment. The final season of The Crown has left some viewers feeling disappointed. There could be several reasons for this, including the show feeling too soon, too commercial, or not critical enough. It's a reminder that expectations can shape our experience of a show, and sometimes it's hard to please everyone. But hey, there's always something new to watch. And finally, in the world of sports again, Michigan football faces a tough challenge against an underrated and motivated Alabama team in the Rose Bowl. It's a game that could determine their fate in the playoffs. So, let's cheer on our favorite teams and hope for some thrilling matchups. That wraps up our news roundup for today. I hope you've enjoyed this journey through the latest stories from around the world. Now, it's your turn. What are your thoughts on these news stories? Do you have any questions or opinions you'd like to share? Don't be shy, my friends, let's get the discussion going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.